Hey guys, it's me Shim again and welcome back to this week's video. In today's video, I'm going to give you 4 different tips to improve your English listening skill. The reason I'm making this video is that there are a lot of my students who struggle with this, and they're always like, oh, I don't understand what they're saying even though I know the words, If you give me the text and the script, I understand, but when I listen without subtitles, without script, I don't understand. So they ask me why, okay? I'm going to give you 4 different tips to improve your listening skill. Okay, so the first tip, you need to understand that there are a lot of different English accents in the world, okay? And we are familiar with British accent and American accent, the 2 typical English accents. But in reality, there are a lot of them. We have Indian English, we have Singaporean English, we have Australian English, we have Scottish English, and we also have Vietnamese English, accent, okay? So when you listen to somebody speaking English in books, in audios or in real life, you need to understand that they might pronounce English words in different ways. It's not wrong, it's just different, okay? So I'm going to give you an example about British English and American English, okay? In this episode of the show Friends, which is my favorite of all time, this woman is American, but she experienced living in the UK for some time. And then she comes back to America with a British accent. Okay, so listen to her saying this, all right?
Ring me back on my mobile.
So she said mobile, okay? Mobile. But Americans say this word mobile. So you see there? Okay, so the same word but different pronunciation. Mobile and mobile. They're both correct. Okay, they're both correct. Okay, so you have to understand different accents mean different pronunciations. So sometimes you might find it difficult. All right. So practice listening different accents in English, not only British accent or American accent. Okay, so the tip number 2 is that you need to understand reduced sound in English. Okay, so what is reduced sound? Alright, so reduced sounds are the sounds that are not important in sentences. Okay, there's some words in a sentence that are not important, meaning that when you say the words, you kind of reduce them. For example, I say, I like him. So in the sentence, the word I and like are important, but not the word him. Okay, so you reduce the words, you say, I like him. You don't say I like him, but you say I like him. Kim. Okay? Or you say I like her. Okay? I like her. Alright. Or sometimes you hear the word for us. We need to do something for us. We need to do something for us. So the word for is reduced for. And then you link the word for us. Okay? And then that makes the tip number 3 is that you need to understand the linking words when they speak fast. When people speak fast, native speakers speak fast, they tend to link the words together. For example, like I said, for us. Or I like him, Kim. I like him. Or I like her. Alright? Or the word, or the sentence, right? How old is he? Okay? It's very simple question, but sometimes you can't understand because here they link all the words together. How old is this? And then z. Hey, how old is he? You hear that? right? So yeah, so understand this in natural speed will make your listening better. All right. And the tip number 4 is that you need to understand the contraction, how native speakers pronounce contraction. So what is the contraction? Okay, so let's say I say I am, okay? So that's the full form. But when I say that is contraction. So I don't say I am Shim, I say I'm Shim, I'm Shim. Or you don't say we are, you say we're English teachers, we're friends, okay? Or you don't say I will, you say I'll be there. Okay, so those contractions, when the native speakers speak, they always say it really fast, and then contractions like that, they don't say I will. I mean, in some cases, but most of the time they use the contractions, all right? So you need to learn some contractions and understand how they are pronounced, okay? And the last tip, the tip number 5 in this video is that practice, and practice. You know, practice makes perfect, right? So the more you practice, the better your listening skill will be, okay? So how can you practice? All right, so we have different things when it comes to listening, okay? You might want to listen to songs, you might want to listen to audios, you might want to watch videos. So find something that you like. You can listen to songs, that helps. You can watch movies, that also helps. So find something that you want. And then start learning listening, learning pronunciation, because pronunciation is very important. All those things that I just said, contraction, linking sound, or reduced sound, that you can learn in books. Okay, so I have this book, that Pronunciation in Use. It's British English, but it's a very good book. So they teach you different sounds and how you can link all the words together, and then contractions and all that. And then I'll drop a link below, and then you can download the PDF file of the book as well as the audio, so you can study by yourself. It's very simple that you can study by yourself, okay? And then the next thing you can do is you practice dictation. Listen and write. Listen and write. Okay, so there's this website that I always tell my students to work on. It's called Daily Dictation. So when you go to this website, you click onto different topics and then start listening and write. Okay, so that will help you a lot. And the last one is that you can check the pronunciation of the words in dictionaries, Oxford or Cambridge, and then you can check how that word is pronounced in sentences. Okay, so there's a website called Youglish where you can go on and type the words that you want to listen, you want to check, right? And then all the videos that have this word will show up, and then you will see how that word is pronounced in particular situations. Okay, so that is another website that is really helpful. And the last one, if you're Vietnamese and you still have a little bit of Vietnamese accent, and then you still pronounce English like the way you speak Vietnamese, I have an online course that includes 18 lessons. I call that 18 treatments that can help you improve your pronunciation and reduce your Vietnamese accent. So yeah, so you can speak English better. So when you learn pronunciation better, then that's when your listening will become better. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope that after this video, you'll do these things to improve your English pronunciation. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.